This is the shore on 88.4 and the waves keep crushing in.
So I'm gonna play you now the lovely interview with the UKSUBS I had. Here we go.
What was the first song you wrote?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
dear, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing.
No, what was it like?
It was back in the hippie days.
I'm completely stoned. I'm hippie and I'm trippy. I'm a gypsy on my own. I'll stay a week and get the crabs and take a bus back home. I'm really just a phony, but forgive me 'cause I'm stoned.
Ah, shut up, Frank Zappa.
And we were kind of coming out the hippie days, and my band didn't like it. They said, no, it's too hippie. But one of my friends' bands liked it and took it up. But it went, help me set the people free. You hold the key to open the door. Yeah, that's a bit I remember. It's really corny, like hippie shit.
So the UKSUBS.
that was in the 60s.
So the UKSUBS wasn't your first band.
No, I was in 100 bands before the Subs.
And how you became a punk?
It was a big accident. I used to go down a club which was a lesbian club, because their bar opened late, 3 o'clock in the morning or something. You could get a drink late at night when all the pubs are closed. So because I looked kind of like a lesbian, I could get in there. Well, all my mates were kind of, very kind of gay and, kind of outrageous. So we could get in this lesbian bar without a problem. And we used to go down there to just get a late drink, and they played real great music. And then one day we went there, and it all changed, and it became the Roxy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had my band, but not. Oh yeah. Did I have the Subs? They were probably called the Subs, not UKSUBS then, right? So I reported back to the band. I said, look, I've just been down this club. This is the future of rock and roll. So you've got to come down and I was already 30 years old, and my band were all like teenagers, 18, 19 years old. And one day they did go down, and they saw the Damned, and they all said, look, we want to be a punk rock band, because we were kind of more of a rock and roll band, and they said, we want to play this punk rock. I said, well, I love it, but I'm a bit too old for this. It's like for kids. And they formed a punk rock band, and then I was without a band, and my flatmate was just at a party that weekend, and said, look, and he found, and he bumped into Nicky, our guitarist, our first guitarist, and he said, my flatmate needs a guitarist, come around and see him. And then Nicky came round, and we wrote about 6 songs in the first night, and that was it. We were a punk band. Nicky didn't like the rock and roll and R&B stuff I used to do, so we just wrote our own and just came out like punk rock. That's what people were writing then.
Did you have your shop then already? You were a
Yeah. In fact, the shop was like where everyone met and everybody called. That's where we called up John Peel, the DJ, and asked him if we could do a BBC session. And he said, when we play down the Roxy, we got recorded at the Roxy on the second Roxy album, and then the record came out, and John Peel, the DJ, loved the record and played it on the radio, and then because it was BBC, it went worldwide. So suddenly everyone knew us around the world. It was like quite amazing.
Okay.
And we got a record deal, and then that's it.
What was the last song you wrote?
The last song
Yeah.
I wrote, wow, that's it might have been a song from the acoustic album, or the acoustic half of the last album. It might have been called Little Black Crow.
I listened to that. I listened to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminded me of that English folk
singer. But yeah, where is your inspiration right now? Who do you admire at the moment?
Oh, wow, that's a good question at the moment. I don't know. There's a lot of people I've always admired. So, like Billy Bragg is one of the people I really. Have you heard of Louise Distress?
Yes.
Yeah, she's brilliant. Yeah, I really like her. I kind of listen to more of that kind of acoustic punk.
Okay.
At the moment. Yeah.
An outsider and outside the society, you portray someone who can't and maybe doesn't want to join society. What is wrong there, and what would you recommend someone that feels like that?
Good question. I think, when you are outside of society, you're an outsider, I think it gives you more strength. If you do pull through, you've got a lot more strength and a lot more imagination, and you can do things other people wouldn't even think about. So for starters, you've got that added ingredient that a lot of people don't have. So you're more likely to succeed, and have a kind of have a vision, and have determination. Don't give up because you fail once. Just learn by your failures and keep on going, and try and be involved. If you're that outsider, be involved in the underground, something like you do, and you can be a writer, photographer, you can play in the band, you can sing, you can take photos, you can make clothes, and there's so many things you can do. We've kind of built an alternative society now, and there's a lot to do in that, and just get out there and do it, and you'll find doors will open.
Are you politically involved now? You wrote a song, Stop Global War.
A song called?
Stop Global War.
Oh, right, yeah. Someone gave me a badge, a button. Yeah, and my eyes are so bad I can't, see. I'll stop global. Oh, no. Someone gave me a sweater.
Okay.
Stop Global War sweater. And I thought, yeah, that sounds like a good title for a song. Yeah, because they gave me the sweater. So I had the sweater and the song then.
Okay, and what do you think about punks that ask at Piccadilly Circus £1 a picture? Punks mostly are portrayed as drunk and don't give a fuck.
Well, that's how you feel sometimes, I mean, that, the world's not good, there's so much against you, let's just go out there, get drunk, and, I mean, the song, one of our new songs, I Don't Give a Monkeys, is partly that, about, you don't, the words are like, you don't give a fuck, because we're out there every night telling people that this is what is coming, or this is what you have to put up with, and punk rock is like your early warning system, wake up and smell the coffee. This is what's going to happen to you. And then people are kind of walking around in these countries, one minute they're on the beach, having a drink and living a life. And the next minute, like bombs are dropping all around them, killing their children, and the whole world's turned upside down. And Monkeys is about the people who need to listen to punk rock, the people who need to listen to, the Western Underground. We've told them what's going to come, and they've taken no notice, and people who really need to listen aren't listening. And, this is me getting fed up. I don't give a monkey's. Fuck you all,
Yeah, I thought it was actually about somebody who's scared because you say, "Oh, you're like a monkey. I don't like you because you're scared."
No, nothing about it. Okay. Monkeys is a saying. If you don't give a monkeys, it means you don't care. Yeah, you don't give a hoot. Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with the animal. The animals are lovely.
Okay. Guns N' Roses covered Down at the Farm in 1993. Do you like that cover, and who would you like to cover?
Oh, wow. Good question. Especially the last bit. Well, yeah, I mean, they're in $1 million studio. The sound's bound to be good. It's funny, a lot of people still like ours best, but I like your tattoo, by the way, that's great.
Yeah.
Is that Indian woman?
No, it's Zapatista from Mexico.
Oh, right.
I've got
Really?
I've got my alter ego up here.
That's brilliant. That's great.
And
That's
it's
great.
looking like that.
No, I don't know.
Okay.
The question. Sorry.
Can I ask you another question? It's about females, and it's important to me. In Barbie, Stick in Mouth, Rock and Roll Horror, and one of the girls, you portray girls that are into sex and on drugs. Is there something wrong how society portrays women?
Oh, a lot of things. I mean, like in Germany or England, we get outraged if women aren't treated equal. But in a lot of countries, it's absolutely terrible. My wife gets a lot of this. Even in this like industry or in this job, she's.
She like
she's mainly kind of manages the band, but she comes across, that they, because she's a woman, they don't kind of take her seriously, and there's still a lot going on. Yeah, there's a lot. Life is a never-ending struggle, and we're in it to try and spend our lives sorting it out, and that's our job. That's probably your job. And it gives you like great satisfaction to try. It will never end. It really is a never-ending struggle, and you just got to keep fighting.
And what's the last song you wrote? What was the last song you wrote? The Burden Fire.
Little Black Crow, and it's a true song. It couldn't fly when it's supposed to fly away. And it came down to our house, and we had to try and protect it from the cats, because one side has 7 cats and the other side has 4 cats, and we had to try and keep it alive that night. Luckily, it could fly the next day, and I tried to, give it and I kind of got it up to the top of our apple tree or cherry tree, whatever it was, and and it stayed up there the night, luckily, and then it could fly the next day.
So you don't despair country life anymore?
I don't
despair country life.
No. I down on the farm, you mean?
Yeah.
No, that was a fit of depression. Down on the farm was just in a fit of depression because we were stuck down there. We couldn't get away. That's when we made the record. We were down there about 3 weeks, and that was quite difficult. It was just in the middle of nowhere. Although we had nice food and we could go to the off license and bring drinks back, but we were just on that farm for 3 weeks making that record, and but out of despair came a good song.
Okay, and so you wrote a song, I Hate Hollywood.
Did I?
Yeah, it says Hollywood, and then you wrote like I hate Hollywood, I hate how you dress, or like all chic and stuff. That was on your last album, I think. No?
Yeah, I did write a song about Hollywood.
Yeah.
Maybe it's people's, like people are very shallow there. They kind of and there's a kind of cult of using people, before they want to be a friend. They want to find out what your job is, how much money you earn, before if you earn as much as they do or more, they want to be your friend. If you're not got a job or anything, it's like the old song, nobody knows you when you're down and out.
You obviously like the States because you wrote in this album, The Las Vegas Wedding, and you're inspired by lots of musicians, and the blues. Where's the best punk scene?
Probably San Francisco.
Yeah?
Yeah, San Francisco, yeah.
Did you ever squat? Have you been involved in squatting scene?
Yeah.
Like
most of my life I've been squatting, yeah. I've only just, kind of got my own place, and that's because I've been squatting and saving money, and now got my own house.
So the punk scene then was already political and DIY when you
Well,
started
when I
up.
first started squatting, it was kind of so outlawed that, you know, I mean, it was so outrageous to squat a house that the police would come and, you know, like turn you out if they found out. So the trick was to make it look like a normal house, to have net curtains in the window, to have it nice and clean and everything, so it didn't look like a squat, it looked like a normal, because there were families in the house, you know, and this is what we did. But when punk came along, it all turned upside down. Everyone let the house like kind of rot, put graffiti up, and it looked exactly like this did. This was a squat one time. First time we played here, this was a squat.
This is the shore on 88.4, and the waves keep crushing in.